Now entering Nerdist.com.
Jackie Cation, Laurie Kilmartin. Jackie Cation, Laurie Kilmartin. It's the Jackie and Laurie Show. The Jackie and Laurie Show. It's the Jackie and Laurie Show. The Jackie and Laurie Show.
Does that sound okay?
That sounds just fine.
Okay.
Start it.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. It's election night.
It's election night, and
We don't know what's going to happen.
It
You
looks-
do.
it looks
This
awful.
is going to go Monday. It's going to go Monday. So,
New York Times just tweeted that he has a 73% chance of winning.
all right.
I
All right. Well, don't panic. How were your sets this week?
oh my God.
You gotta
Who
step away
fucking
from the-
cares? We're all going to be nuked.
Right, but you got to step away.
I'm
for
not
a
even going
second.
to live on YouTube anymore because everything will be nuked.
Everything will be
Oh
good.
my God.
Did you see Rory Scovel's set on?
Oh yeah, it was great. Saw
You
it
were there.
live. Yeah,
Saw
saw it in rehearsal. It was
Oh,
like,
did you?
Yeah, he was. If you guys didn't
If you
watch,
missed it.
we were at Conan. The Conan show was in New York City last week. We were
At the
at the Apollo Theater. Which let me just deviate from Rory for a second. It's you know how like a lot of theaters that they have the what's the bottom one orchestra
Ground. Yeah, sure.
ground
The ground floor.
You could tell we've
Pretty
only
classy.
worked comedy clubs. The lower part, the middle part, and the back. We're just fucking club comics.
There's up high and then there's down low.
In the middle, and they kind of they're set back from each other. So
Yeah.
the top row is really far away from the stage. The Apollo, they're all on top of each other. So it's almost like you're looking at an apartment building full of people staring down at you. And
Weird.
And it's an amazing audience response.
What does it seat? Do you know offhand?
I don't remember. A couple hundred.
So I can
but-
look it up later. It'll be fine.
Beautiful theater. And then Rory did this set where he went into the audience and he stood up on an audience member's chair, so the guy was looking right up into his crotch and did a set. And
Right.
It was just like, he's got that thing that Kevin Meaney thing in a way, that sort of I don't give a shit sort of freedom that I will never have. But
I will never have that.
But I
was just
love
like-
watching it, but I'm just like, how do people do that?
That seems like you're really invading their space. It really felt like he was invading the guy's space.
Oh yeah, that true. But it's also like I feel like I'm just so careful, and I'm working on this joke and then this tag right here, and boom boom, and I place things very carefully.
Yeah.
And that sort of I don't give a fuck if this goes off the rails. That sort of energy, I don't
Yeah.
have that energy ever, unless this gig is so bad that it's already off the rails and I have nothing to lose.
Yep.
But normally I'm just. I'm like a worker bee comic plodding through, and
Right.
I won't change. That's just not my nature.
Right,
you
and there's
know?
no reason to, quite honestly. I mean, there's a natural gift in what he does.
Yes.
Going up there. Do you think that he genuinely goes up there going, well, it's going to go how it's going to go. Let's just do it?
I don't know.
And I don't know what the set looks like when he sends it to the booker, right?
Well, he talks. It's. I think they have more of a dialogue. He's done weird stuff on our show before
Yeah.
with
Every
John
set.
Doerr. Yeah,
And
yeah,
fantastic. Even that initial thing with the beer bottle.
yeah. So he has a relationship with the show, and
Right.
I think if you're one of those comics, you can kind of build that with a late night show,
Yeah.
and then they trust you to do really crazy stuff,
And it'll
but
be
it takes
fine.
a while.
Yeah. But I know watching him do longer sets, just
Yeah.
watching him do shows, he gets up and he's got material and he's got jokes.
Yeah, he
but
does,
it's
yeah.
always, it feels super loose.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
It's there. I mean, there's still, he's one of my favorite comics.
Yeah.
And
yeah, he's great.
yeah, it was, I came from the dumbest travel. I'm Diamond now on Delta.
Wow.
Yeah. It happened today. Guess who doesn't give a shit?
About the election? You're Diamond on Delta. Who cares?
Yes, I'm just going to walk around if Trump is elected and scream, but I'm Diamond. So what I have to say is that I did there was a great show in Indianapolis, then a great show in Dallas, opening for Maria. And then I went to Acme to do 7 minutes at the Acme Comedy Company in Minneapolis, Minnesota for the 25th anniversary show on Sunday night.
Oh, fun.
Right. Dozen comics, all comics that had come up from emceeing to
Yeah.
headliner.
Cool.
Except Doug Benson, who happened to be in town.
Yeah.
Picked up a set. And and it went in order of when you became a headliner.
And they can tell because the headliners all write their names on the wall in the back of the room. in
Right.
the
So
green
Andy
room.
Erickson, who's going to headline for the first time this year, went up first.
Cool.
And I went up last. And I
Really?
first headlined in 96,
Wow.
97, 96. And then Chad Daniels went right before me, and he headlined in 2003. And I was
wow.
like, Lewis,
Jeez, Lewis got a little stingy there for a while.
I was gonna
Wasn't-
say,
Wasn't
hey,
bumping anyone up.
no bumping anybody up for 6 years. And he's like, no, they were all too big a deal. It was, and then but try to follow like the heartfelt.
Chad Daniels is hard to follow.
Oh, Chad Daniels is very hard to follow, as is Pete Lee and Tracy Ashley.
Oh my God, that's just and everyone's doing their best. That sounds like Hermosa Beach comedy
It is,
magic.
except for
Everyone's
that
doing
it's
their best
also
10.
like Tracy Ashley almost made me cry. You know, she first of all
she just came off the road working
Tracy
for
Morgan.
Tracy. Yeah.
and was going to do Carnegie Hall.
Oh my God.
And with Tracy Morgan, and said
Wow.
Tracy Morgan is at, as far as she's concerned, I mean, he's doing 2 shows a night, hour and 10 each show.
Wow.
And she said, you know, sometimes he gets tired and he might limp a little bit. I was like, but his brain's all there, and she was like, oh, he's hilarious.
Wow.
So
That's cool, man.
it's really cool that he's back, you know? It's amazing. So, but the show was 3 hours, and I went up last because everyone was supposed to do sevens.
as your dream. Oh, and no one did 7.
No one did sevens because everyone had a heartfelt story about Louis Lee, and everyone talked about how Chinese he is because he's super Chinese.
Yeah.
And I told a story that Kermit Apio and David Crow thought were funny, and nobody else. Everyone else was just sort of looked at me confused, as is the want. Because the only gift everybody else had bought him like a couple of people got him gifts for his 25th anniversary.
Oh man,
right?
what assholes? You know, because then they make you look like a shithead.
Now I
Fuck
look-
those guys.
Right.
Who is that? I'm putting them on my shit list.
Well-
Who got a gift?
And somebody
for-
got him like a 25-year-old bottle of Glenlivet.
Oh my God.
And then somebody else got him
Really,
some-
you're going to get a nightclub owner booze? Wow, he's never seen that before.
and probably gets a deal on it. So I'm sure he gets it at
He
wholesale.
probably bought it from the club.
And
Uh-oh. You have electronics there about
oh
to
my
fall.
God! I hope that it doesn't stop because we can't afford to stop. No, it's good. Still
Okay.
going. I almost dropped the thing.
we
We got
s-
no Kyle, by the way.
Can we pause and we're at
Yeah.
Tess Rafferty's house.
Yep.
Tess is a very funny comedian.
Right.
She's on our list of female comics that we will. I'm looking to see. Oh, okay. He was supposed to win Missouri. I'm just looking at Twitter right now while Jackie
Right. While I write a
writes.
note.
And every person I follow is praying or they're
drinking.
They're just tweeting gifs of nervous things.
Oh right.
Oh, my fucking
the thing
God.
is like it goes in between Terror, which you are currently in,
Yes.
or Glee, which is why last time,
Yeah.
in 2008, when I was certain that they were just going to murder Obama even if he won,
Right.
that I didn't go out. I couldn't do it.
He's up by over 100,000 votes in Florida, and
What states has he won?
98%.
What states has he won? And it's
Markets are plummet as early voting shows Trump unexpectedly ahead.
no.
How
What states does he have? Do you know what states? he
No,
has?
I'm just reading.
You're just
panicked-
reading clickbait.
Panicked friends.
Yeah, you're just reading panic. Why? Don't panic.
All right, let me get a hashtag.
It's like 7:20.
Dude,
I mean,
she's
the
got to
polls
win.
are still open.
Yeah, but I know, but
You were the one who tweeted earlier, the West Coast is going to save the world.
yeah, but we need some.
Wasn't that
we
you?
need a little bit of help. We need Pennsylvania to help us. You know, somebody step up, fucking help. We can't do everything. We can't lift everything.
Right. Well,
Oh Jesus!
the die is cast. You really have to.
Oh my God!
This is just an hour of you just
This is
just reading horrifying tweets.
God.
Is that what we're calling this one? Reading horrifying tweets.
Sure.
Wait, do you want to? What else?
Wait, let's keep talking about it. Okay, so I
Let's
was in
talk
New
about
York.
Comedy. You were in New York for a decade, right?
Oh yeah, so I
Like-
was there for so I had fun. I had some fun shows. You know, I had I did a show at the I did Whiplash.
Oh,
which was
nice.
really cool.
At the UCB, late.
Yes, and I felt like last time I did Whiplash, I was like I was just tired of my act, and I didn't feel like I gave my best set.
Okay.
And then he texted me and asked if I was like, yay, he still likes me, Jeremy.
likes you.
Yeah.
Of course he
So and that went really well. It was good.
good.
And then I did another show he had at the Housing Works bookstore in Soho with Mark Maron, who was running his Carnegie Hall set.
Excellent.
And Andy Blitz was there, and Janine Garofalo, who I missed. She does a set. She comes in and she flies out a secret entrance that only Bees and Janine Garofalo know about.
Right. She's
never
not
hangs.
online.
Yeah.
She's not online.
Yeah, Nate Bargatze. That's somebody.
It's a
else, I
hell of a
forget.
lineup.
It's a great
Holy
lineup.
smokes.
Yeah, and it was really cool venue. You know, it was mostly white people standing in a bookstore in Soho. But it
Sure.
was fun. Sure. And then I did this show. You know, Big J Okerson.
Yeah.
Okay, so he has a TV show on CISO called "What's Your Fucking Deal?"
Yep.
And it's an audience. It's only crowd work.
Oh, okay. That's right. Did you do it?
I did.
You did crowd work? How long's the set?
The thing is like when I do crowd work, it's
Yeah.
it's off of a joke I'm already doing,
Yeah.
or it's off of an audience response to a joke I've done. It's never I never jump in and go, "What do you do for a living?"
Right.
You know. So
Is that what the show isn't that?
yeah.
Kind of.
I mean, you probably will. There's a million questions you can ask the audience. Because
Right.
that's
You
what
don't
they
have
do
to
for a
say
living.
where
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
from or what the heck.
Yeah. But how they do it, I guess this is different how they did it from how they did it last year. Is they have a comedian in the audience that is also working the mic. So if you start talking to somebody, that comedian will run over with the mic to help facilitate and probably add some riffs in case you're not finding anything.
Sure.
My person was Andy Kindler.
Oh, my God.
It was so fun.
That's really fun.
Yeah, Andy, he's going to be in my special because he sat down and did an interview about.
Oh, good. Is he going to
tweeting and
bookend
stuff.
it, kind of? Or
He's part of it. Yeah,
He's just
part of
okay. It's one of
that
the interview
thing.
parts.
Yeah,
Interesting.
so it was pretty cool.
Which will be on CISO in December.
Yeah, sure. Yes.
Sure.
Yeah. So
Everybody-
it was fun, and then it was a lot of other spots at the Broadway and stand up, and in the Stand and New York Comedy Club, and
Did you work on new stuff? Do you get any new premises out there?
No, I didn't. Disappointingly, I think I kind of worked on. I tried to work on. I mean, because we were working so
All
much at the
day.
Apollo. Yeah, it was hard to like switch my brain over,
Right.
and then
It was just do sets for
yeah,
fun,
it's just like
kind of.
show up, tell jokes, leave, and then
Yeah.
try to get bed in time to
get some rest.
Yeah, and
Were you solo or did you have the boy?
oh, solo, yeah,
Okay,
yeah. He stayed with my mom, or my my mom took care of him.
Yeah.
So I sort of just tried to work on performance things,
Yeah.
try to slow down. There's this thing I'm working on where I've talked about the bit in our podcast, but it has a nice fat laugh at the end. And I feel like there should be more on the way. I mean, and I can't tell because the premise is it's a premise where I would let my kid die if he didn't
right.
speak Spanish. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think people are either so off. That's such an off-putting sentiment.
Oh, talk to me about it.
It's I almost kind of lose people for a little bit, and then they go, "Oh, she's still going with this, all right," and then they come back in. But I kind of want to get those people I'm losing who rear back a little bit, like what, and keep
You want to get
them
them quicker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and keep them in quicker. Yeah, earlier.
Just snap around. Essentially, you could be shocked that I've said a thing.
Yeah.
But quickly turn around, and we're talking about this, right?
Yeah, and the other thing I realized, because I had a couple sets at the Greenwich Village Comedy Club, which is right down the street from the Cellar.
Okay.
There's so much fucking comedy in New York. It's
Wow, I've never even heard of that
bananas.
one.
Yeah.
Is that newish? Maybe not.
It's a couple years old.
Okay.
So I had a couple like sets where they were just kind of looking at me, and I'm like, I know these are good jokes, so fuck you assholes. Then it's New York, someone's from Denmark, it's all this
Oh,
stuff
right.
where
Yeah.
and I'm so used to, again, I've had to tell myself this 3,000 times, and I fucking forget it every time I go to New York, is you have to talk to the crowd sometimes.
Right.
And in LA, you kind of don't. The sets are so infrequent, or in relation to New York, and you have 10 minutes at this show, and you don't want to waste a second talking to the crowd.
Right, and the crowds I'm performing for, they're all comedy nerds.
Yeah, it's a
they
bit
don't
of
want
a
to be talked to.
homogenous, so you don't have to talk to them.
Yeah.
They're like already on board that you're going to be telling jokes.
Yeah, they would
And
love
then-
to hear whatever you're working on.
Yeah, like I was at the Broadway, and this guy was from China, and I go, "What do you think of stand-up comedy?" He goes, "You're blowing my mind." It's like, oh, there are people like that
Yeah.
are just like, what is happening in front of me?
Wow.
And so the last set I had at the Broadway, which was Sunday night at 11:20.
Yes.
7 a.m. flight the
Wow.
next morning, right to work. I remember that, and the crowd was, they were exhausted, and I was too, and I was like, fuck it. So I just started fucking around with them, and then I was like, oh yeah, I
nice.
should have been doing this all week. What's wrong with me? Why do I
Look at what a good time they're having.
I have all these rules. I'm like, that's cheating. I'm not here to cheat. I'm here to, but I
Yeah.
see all the comics going up in front of me talking to the crowd, and they're used to having that relationship established for just a second or two. You don't have to spend your whole time talking to
Right.
them.
They
but
just
just
want
dip
the
in a
initiative.
little bit and then go into jokes and stuff like that. And I used to do that. That was how I did
That's
my sets in New
natural.
York
Yeah.
all the time. And that now I moved back as someone like a precision person. Like I really want to nail this stuff down. And, I kind of miss out. Like some sets aren't going to be for jokes.
Yeah.
They're just to connect with the crowd.
Yes.
And if you get a couple of your jokes in, great.
Right. Indianapolis didn't. It was a perfectly fine set, but
Is it at a club or a theater?
theater. It was theater with. Wait, was it Indy and then Dallas? I forget. They're just a blur. Who cares?
What horrific routing.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it was
Come
it was completely silly.
Yeah.
but it was. Yeah, we flew to Indianapolis and then we had to fly to Atlanta to go to Dallas. There was no direct flight from Indianapolis to Dallas.
Yeah.
And I got bumped up on the Atlanta to Dallas portion. Maria did not. I don't know if you know who was headlining. But it was Bamford. And as she walked by me in first class, I was like, hey, I got bumped up. And she goes, but I'm Diamond, which made me laugh, which is what I've been saying for 3 days. But I just got bumped up to Diamond today. So she got bumped up a couple days ago.
And Diamond is how many miles you've over the course of your lifetime or a year?
No,
thing?
just a year. It goes silver, gold, platinum, diamond.
Well,
and
I will tell you that I flew Delta. When they when you're in the Writers Guild, they have to fly you out business class, right? So
Yeah.
again, I had the two business classes
to
in a
and from-
month. Yeah, to New
and
York.
from
yes.
New York.
Sweet. So on Monday morning, I fell asleep around 2 a.m. and set the alarm for 4:30 or something like that. Woke up, went to the JFK, and I got there really early, and I went to the
Sky Lounge?
Admiral, whatever the sky,
Sky,
the
yeah.
and they had showers.
Yeah.
And I took a shower, and they had Malin and Getz shampoo, which is like
I've never-
peppermint. I love it.
I've never been to the showers at the Sky Club.
You gotta go
'Cause
shower.
Here's the thing about the Sky. I know that I've talked about the damn Sky Club. Mornings are the best. There's hard-boiled eggs. There's plenty of bagels
Yeah.
and cereals
Yeah, I had
and
a
whatever.
couple eggs.
I like the hard-boiled eggs. A little protein in the morning. It's nice. I've never tried the showers. It's something they're clean and good.
JFK was great. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I may have been standing in some man's jizz, but what do I care? It's the bottom of my feet. I don't care. It's
Right, but once it goes over to lunch from 11, it turns into fucking Charlie Brown's Thanksgiving. It's just popcorn and toast. It's a bit of a disappointment. So whatever. Get this. I was going to tell you this. My sister, who had a very stand-up comedy-like experience. She's a financial advisor, right?
Right.
So she was at some convention, just a bunch of haircuts, and it's all guys. And she is a lesbian and a woman.
Right.
Now, she's sitting around, and this guy genuinely says, and it wasn't one of her coworkers, but it was just someone else at this convention, that he can't find any African American women financial advisors. And Darla just looked at him. She said, I know a couple. And I'll tell you something. If you hire a unicorn, you'll find out that they're not that rare. And they'll lead you to other unicorns. And I was like, that is the greatest analogy ever.
Oh, that's great.
She's just like, they're not I mean, they're, I know a couple, and she said, there's an amazing woman that I would love for us to work with. And if she's not available, I bet you she knows at least 2 or 3 other black financial advisors.
You know how much the Dow dropped since
since the
this
thing?
afternoon?
But
yeah,
the
I
thing
mean,
is,
we're in
it's
huge
all
trouble.
futures
We
because
need-
it's 7:30.
I don't know what that means.
It means that it's not real. It's because the thing
Hold on,
is,
we have to do a Twitter check. I can't.
Oh, I just got I just got two text messages from people. I swear to God, I keep getting these drunk texts from my friends who are like, "Fuck, I can't watch this."
Yeah.
And you're like, "Calm down. Just you can't. Don't watch it." That's my thing.
Oh God.
But you can't not watch it because you're mesmerized.
New York Times now 86% chance of winning. Colorado for Clinton. Okay. Why is the New York Times doing this to me?
Well, stop following them.
She
My
won
thing-
Virginia. She had to win Virginia. Trump won Ohio.
That'll happen. So, this is going to air. It's going to be over. You're either going to be in Canada,
Luxembourg.
and I will have started my sleeper cell,
Oh my God.
or will be.
Oh my
Did you see that
God.
Samantha Bee thing about Hillary
Yeah,
Rodham?
that was great.
The
Yes.
Rodham thing,
All right.
just
there's
about her
this-
maiden name.
Yes. Yeah. I thought that was great. Tom Nichols, he's this radio guy who's a
Right-winger.
conservative right winger, but he hates Trump.
Yeah.
Oh my
Did
God.
is he loading his gun?
I
What's
don't know.
happening? If he's a right winger.
Ooh, he said I'm sad. Oh God.
All right.
Jesus. Trump up by 3 in New Hampshire. Oh, for fuck's sake. I can't Wow.
Well, the thing is empires end and shit goes on. What are you gonna? I mean, I can't. I literally went to bed at like 8:00 in 2008.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm gonna wake up because I can't change it anyway.
Right.
So it's whatever it is. I listened to Chad Daniels tell a great joke about how because there's all this, did you see the new Amy Schumer's a racist?
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah,
so
yeah.
is everybody else.
Right.
Well, Chad Daniels actually has a bit about it.
Yeah.
He's like,
About Amy Schumer being
no,
What?
about himself being a racist. He's just
Okay.
like, yeah, work on it all the time. Sometimes fail. What are you going to do? And it's a great bit.
Yeah. I mean, of course, if you're white and you've
Yeah.
had it easier, yeah.
And you're gonna and it's like what Maria said about the internet. Eventually she'll say the wrong thing and everyone will turn on her.
Right.
And there's
The other thing I was thinking about Amy is like, I've had a couple really shitty interactions on Twitter where someone doesn't like me, someone
Yeah.
published my address,
nice. Congratulations.
and then
Fuckwits.
Jackie, I need your full attention.
Okay.
Listen, we both were disconnected when I was on Twitter, but you were also on something else, right?
No, it was somebody texted me.
Okay.
So it's cool. I'm right here.
Okay, thank
I'm here
you.
for you, Lori.
I'm losing
in this together.
We're losing the presidency. I need your attention.
All right. But Hillary, she'll kill everyone and take it back. It'll be okay.
So, I mean, can you imagine the level of trolling?
Oh, that she
I
gets.
can understand if someone says, "Okay, I think you're kind of wrong-headed on race." That's okay. This is exciting. We have an interruption in our podcast.
All right. It's over now.
So someone says, "Okay, you're, maybe, there's a blind spot." I don't know, and I don't expect every comedian to hit every note perfectly. You can only do so much, right? I definitely feel disappointment when male comics I really like are dumb with women, but
Right.
I'm like,
Right.
oh Jesus,
That you know what? That's an excellent analogy because it happens, and you're just like, I'm not gonna a lot, and
like
you can't,
some of the best fucking male comics
Right,
when
and
they
you can't-
start talking about women,
and
you
you're
just
like,
want
I
to
can't
stab
write
your
him
eyes
off
out.
because
Yeah.
because he's a great comic and a good guy.
Yeah.
he just has a blind spot that needs to be poked, and he has to shut it down.
It won't be poked. It's just that's who they are.
Well,
Darla
Darla told me the other
are
thing.
who they are.
The other thing that happened, she was talking to her.
Don't let me forget this point that I was going to make about
make it
Amy.
though.
Though. Okay.
Yeah.
So whether that's true or not, that might be a legitimate critique or not, but when you add in all the gun nuts and all the Republicans and all the trolls that are just fucking coming at her all the time because she's been very outspokenly for
Gun control,
Hillary
yeah.
and Hillary and gun control, I can imagine having all that coming at you all the time, your immediate response is "fuck you" to everybody. I mean, that's
Right.
what I would be like, and then
Yeah.
I'm going to mow you all down, and then I'll find out later who may have been providing a nuanced argument. You know, I mean, it's ridiculous. Just a comic, the kind of critique and trolling that, 10 years ago, none of us ever experienced that kind of thing, and now if you become a famous comedian,
out
and
in
if
the
you're at
world.
all outspoken, Kevin Hart is very careful with what he does and talks about, and he stays in his lane completely,
But he occasionally says stuff about women that got him some backlash, didn't he?
I don't remember.
I thought he
I
said
wouldn't be
something-
surprised. I mean, I don't know.
I think he just said something ill-advised.
But I'm
and-
saying
yeah.
in political, like
politically. Yeah,
when
yeah.
Louis was on Conan and he said that thing about we need a tough bitch mother.
Yeah,
It.
Oh, and I posted that on my fan page because it was comedy related.
Yes.
But it was also political, and I got somebody to go, I used to like him, I don't like him anymore.
Oh yeah. When I looked on the YouTube clip of it,
Yeah.
the
The
Team
comments and
Coco's YouTube thing. Comments were all "fuck that guy." So as soon as you get political as a comic, you're going to be torn to shreds by half of the country,
Right, or by
so
11 children.
no wonder he's off Twitter and off all that stuff.
Yeah.
It'll just drive you off.
Yeah.
But it's weird because there was this article about that statement, that sentiment he talked
Yeah.
about, and the Michael Moore thing. Where did you see that? Michael
I
Moore
can't read
tweeted, "A
any
woman
more."
has never, done a concentration camp. Like all these, like women are so much better than us, and women, and then there's no female school shooters, and it's like, well, the first one was a school shooter. Remember the girl who didn't like Mondays? That was a fucking girl school shooter. And then like this woman kind of
just
came
inaccurate.
It's inaccurate, but
And it's so fucking sweeping, and you're just like, it
and
feels like he's trying to get laid.
It's a reverse
gross.
generalization
Yes.
that it's like, no, we're assholes. We're everything that men are.
We're just people.
And
you
and
weirdo.
and the article was like, we just want to do things too. We're not, and a mother isn't a better woman than a non-mother,
Right.
and et cetera, et cetera. And so I kind of posted that on my Facebook,
Nice.
and then a comic who I really like,
Yep.
an older male comic, which started, getting very defensive about it. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yes.
I don't know what to do with these dudes.
I don't know.
There's nothing to do.
There's
They-
nothing to do about
you know
it. I
what?
mean, I think that's
Yeah.
the great point that you made is the fact that that's exactly what it is. Is there's male comics making cracks about women and white people making cracks about people of color.
Mm-hmm.
Is it's a wrongness, and that's sort of what Chad Daniels' bit is about. It's a wrongness that has to be corrected daily. It has to be
Yeah.
corrected on a constant basis until you're aware of it.
Yeah. But honestly, the people that like a Chad Daniels is doing a bit like that isn't going to be doing that kind of material probably. I don't think, the kind of like, don't where you hear a joke, you're like, oh my God, wait, you just wrote that genius 20 minutes and
Yeah.
this is your take on women. Like I can't tell you how many times I've had that reaction
Yeah.
to some
brutal.
really great male comics.
Yes. It's not. Yeah. It's
But I mean,
Crazyville.
what actually the only corrective is for women and people of color. I'm hearing cheering. What's happening?
Oh my
What the
God!
fuck?
There's cheering, you guys.
Hold on.
Something happened.
Oh, God.
It's
Oh God, please.
see.
Wait.
Guess what? It's gonna be fun.
No, Trump. You want Ohio?
You want
Why
to
are
run
they
out
cheering?
there? I'll just talk. It'll be just like you're here, but I'll just keep talking, and you'll not pay attention. It'll be perfect. It'll be just like
I don't know.
where's.
Oh my God. No, Twitter's all just despair. It's nothing good.
So something.
Hold on. Let me look at that.
You wanna run out there and ask them?
Night.
If
Oh my God. She won Virginia. Okay.
and that's the whole thing.
I don't know.
Well,
Fuck. She had to win Virginia, so she
Right.
did.
okay,
Florida not called yet.
okay. Are there any dangling chads that we need to worry about?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, anyway, just in defense of Amy,
Yeah.
you know,
And
you-
everyone.
you can't be,
And Chris Rock.
Yes, you can't be the comic for everybody, and you
Right.
can't. And even if you want to be, I mean, sometimes I worry about this podcast. You and I are talking off the top of our heads, revealing huge character flaws that we're not even aware of.
Right,
Like you and I might be talking, and there's someone listening going, "Oh fuck, here they go again with that stupid piece of shit thing."
Right, right.
You know, and we don't even know it because we're just ourselves. Like, right,
Right.
And
It's
so-
they're like, they really think that bullshit?
Yes, yeah.
Well,
I mean-
and if that's true, please tell Katie Levine. Tell us.
yeah, don't
Email Kyle. Kyle wants to know. And
so you know, just what some people are expecting from one comedian, being
It
able
can be
to
so great.
to cover every base,
Yep.
and still be funny.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think there are comedians that are, you know, like somebody like Kamau, I
Mm-hmm.
think is like fucking right. He's right all the time, and he's really funny about it. But he's super evolved. You know, I don't know. I think of him as a higher level thinker than a lot of
yeah, the guy
other
is
comedians.
to some extent like a philosopher.
Yes,
comic,
yes,
you know?
yeah.
And it's Carlin at its best, you know, or Lenny Bruce at his best, and Joan Rivers. What? No. But there was, because you sent me that article about Chris Rock and then the weird things he said about how he couldn't. He let things go in Amy Schumer's special that he didn't get.
Oh, right.
And there were things he
Yes.
didn't get about women, and you're like, well, that's
Well,
right. You're
the
not
other-
going to.
Well, again, like, you know, who knows? This might have been taken out of context, and he's
Sure.
a genius. So
Yeah.
I go, you know, maybe we're missing some context here. But what
Okay.
he said, he goes, Sam B is for women. Basically,
yeah.
I was like, what? Well, you know, you don't have to be a woman to get Sam B. I mean, she's
really-
hitting a lot of points that we haven't heard before said on
So-
television, and it's important to us. But don't you guys miss hearing
you-
that voice too? Like,
Or aren't
are
you
you okay
entertained?
with it?
Right,
Yeah.
are you not entertained by what's happening there too?
Yeah, like honestly, as an audience member, do you know how many fucking times I've had to hear a dick joke? I don't get it. I don't have a dick and I don't have balls, but I go
Right.
with your dumb fucking joke to
Right.
be polite and nice. You can't extend me the same courtesy and listen to my vagina, my clit, my tit jokes.
Just
not that I
once.
have them, but you
Right.
know, in general,
It's a new
if
20
I
you're
did,
working on. Come on. It's
you know,
I know.
fucking bend a little. I bend all the time. I'm tired of it.
Yep. I'm constantly cutting everybody all kinds of fucking slack.
Yes, and yeah.
And you're just like, it doesn't always happen the other way.
And then like,
So,
and Chappelle, also Dave Chappelle, a genius,
Also a genius.
fucking genius, and
runs a little long for me.
What?
Shows run a little long for me.
You know what? That tightens up. You tighten that shit up in post. But you know, and again, it's an article. It's a transcription of what he said during a show, and then other people are saying, no, he wasn't slamming Hillary. So you know, I'm getting the writer's view, so I shouldn't even comment because it's you know, I don't want to hear when I hear a blogger talk about Bill Burr. I'm like, oh, I disagreed with that.
Yeah.
That take on what he said, and so I shouldn't even bring it up. But I will say that I'm always surprised at some really fucking bright comics have a huge blind spot about an issue.
Right, and so,
I'm sure
but it's
you and I do
humanity,
too.
and so it is fascinating to watch, and it does remind people of other people's humanity, and so it'd be nice if we all cut everybody some slack, or I guess nobody.
Yeah.
No, I don't fucking know. But let's talk about Hemda. Remember? Didn't you want to do Keith and the Girl?
Oh yes,
Hemda. Am I pronouncing that right?
I don't know.
Hemda.
I thought it was Kenda.
It isn't.
It's Hemda?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got a Israeli.
It's got a okay.
so-
She has a GoFundMe.
Yep.
Right.
So if you go
know
to
what?
keithandthegirl.com,
We'll make sure we put the link up in
Yeah.
our notes. She has a tumor.
Yep.
And turns out that podcasting doesn't have the best health care. And she needs
And
help.
so there's a GoFundMe.
Yep.
And we've both done Keith and the Girl, right?
I haven't. I'm about
You've not?
to. I will.
Oh, you're about to?
Yeah.
I've done it. Yeah, I've done it a couple of times. But she had something like, I think it was a 47-pound tumor. I can't remember how big it was. It was big, though. It was crazy big, right?
Yeah,
Did
I
she
have a
email?
47-pound tumor outside.
Outside.
That's my son's
hopefully
hanging out
looking
here.
deeply into his iPad. And so, yeah. What was this thing you sent me that I didn't ever click on that said you'll never work in this town again?
I don't know.
Okay. It was an article that you sent me.
Well, can I look at the link?
Well, it's a Medium thing. You'll never work in this town again?
Oh, you know what? I don't even know.
Okay.
I lost it.
So
It's been a while.
So when I come back, this one
Yeah.
will have dropped, and we'll be living in a hell of our own making,
Oh my god.
or not. And
There's not much cheering. We're at an election party.
right,
Election night party.
election party, and it's yeah, I don't know. We're only at 34 minutes. What do you got?
Are you serious?
Yeah,
I've given everything. I don't have anything else.
I don't know. Oh, my sister was at this conference, and the guy said, I interviewed a man and a woman for the job. They were both qualified. And then I just thought about what would be best for the team, and I thought the team would be more comfortable with a man. That guy said that out loud. That was one of my sister's coworkers who hired.
Oh my god.
And my sister turned to her boss and said, do you see what he just said? That is it in a nutshell right there.
So who did they hire?
They hired the man.
Fuck.
Because there was a little bit of hey, we're really good at diversity, hey, we're really doing this thing. And she said, and my sister was like, well, there were 4 jobs that you just hired, leadership positions, and you just filled them with 4 white men.
Wow.
And the guy who had hired one of those people was
I'm
like,
tired.
I'm tired of sexism, but I'm willing to sit through 4 more years of it if Hillary can pull this out of her ass.
Oh,
And,
Jesus. Hold
so
on,
you gonna
let's
look?
Check.
Let's see. I think that's all I've got too. My flight to Denver is at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Oh my god.
So it is possibly the dumbest.
Okay, hold on.
I'll check BBC
Okay.
because sometimes foreigners know stuff.
Oh my god, everyone's just tweeting idiocracy. He won North Carolina?
Okay.
Oh my god.
31 of 50 states are in.
What's happening?
She's got 131. He's got 168.
Oh my god.
ABC News projects Republicans will keep control of the House.
No call for Florida yet.
Okay.
Fuck.
Well, they're within like 1.3% of each other.
Jesus.
Yeah. So
You know what?
what?
If she loses,
Yep.
it's Elizabeth Warren all the way starting tomorrow
For what?
for 2020.
Oh, okay. There you go. Well, I got upgraded to tomorrow. We're just going to read our email and Twitter at each other, you
Wait,
guys.
I'm reading about the end of the world and you got upgraded?
Sure.
Man, Delta likes you.
That's what I'm like, dude. All right. And then let's see.
Nobody's happy. All I hear is I hear just chatter.
Yeah?
You know, I mean, I'm a comedy writer.
Yeah?
If Trump wins for my job, it makes my job easier.
Sure.
Oh my God,
All right,
this
but,
can't happen.
Well, my new joke about service animals. Nobody likes that. How about that?
I thought it was doing okay.
No, it's just
What happened?
It's
Did
just-
you start deleting words that were necessary and you?
no.
forgot
Well,
about them?
the thing is, I tried
Go
to
back and
add
listen
things.
to the first time you did it.
Yeah, I tried to add. I'm flipping it around. I think it has some potential as if I open up with the fact that I want to pet your service animal,
Yeah.
and I can't because
Yeah.
it's the service animal of Dorian Gray, essentially, and so it's all made out of twitchy emotions, and it's going to bite me. And then if I start there, which
Do you
is a
say
funny-
that? Is that your?
Well, that's going to be the new opening for it, which I think is funny enough.
do you
to
think
open
enough
with.
people know?
What Dorian Gray is?
Yeah.
That's an interesting call.
Believe me, look who's winning the fucking election right now, Jackie.
I know.
Because I don't wait. What's that? Say that. I thought you were sort of summarizing. What do you mean by it's the service animal
dog,
of Dorian Gray?
The dog of Dorian Gray, the service
taking
animal.
all the emotions
yeah,
from the. Okay.
from each person and turned itself into a very ugly.
I think you have to explain that.
Twitchy. Oh, I
don't
might have
think-
to explain that.
I don't
Okay.
think people know. I don't think enough people know Dorian Gray.
Right.
Or it's such a. They're going to spend time thinking about it and
Yeah,
putting
yeah.
it together in their head, and then you're going to keep talking, and they'll have forgotten. You left them behind for a second because they
Right.
got to push. They got to piece that thing together.
Yeah.
And maybe.
But I always like to leave them. I like them.
Fuck them, right?
I like them to catch up. I like them to catch up and then be kind of proud of themselves when they catch up, because they are. They're
Listen,
psyched.
you're a good mom to the audience.
If the audience wants, they
You know how
want
to build
learn.
self-esteem.
They want to learn and get stuff. They don't want it spoon fed to them. I hate that. I hate
Yes,
fucking
they
spoon fedding
do.
jokes, because it's just. I'm like, you.
But sometimes it's
everybody can read. You have opposable thumbs. Fucking get with it.
But I know, I get it. But do you want the joke to work or not?
Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I don't give a shit.
Well, there you go.
And that'll sum something up for
You
some
know-
people. Maybe that's the emotion. That's my character flaw that we've learned about.
You don't give a shit if the joke works,
you want-
if as long as it makes you feel smarter than the audience.
Well, that's the thing is I don't write the joke to feel smarter than the audience. I write the joke so that they will because I
might-
give them leading. I'm trying to lead them to the joke.
That
because
might be your character flaw.
is that
That you have like innate smugness that you feel like you're leading people to a joke.
But the
right?
thing is it's not smugness, because it's literally I'm telling them a joke, like the tantric sex joke. I'm giving them enough hints that when the people who do get it before I myself didn't get it.
Yeah.
You know, because that's how the joke goes, is
Yeah.
that none of us are dumb, but some of us do dumb things,
Mm-hmm.
right? I mean, that's my favorite kind of joke, is that you don't come from a place of, well, I'm an idiot and this is the dumb thing that I do.
Mm-hmm.
It's, I'm not a stupid person, but I didn't get this.
Yeah, right,
Is
right,
such a
right.
fun place. And so, and if the place that I didn't get is super smart or weirdly obscure, that can be that's a really fun place for me to go.
Yes, but you're always going to be riding the edge of am I losing people too early?
Right, but that's okay, because I can always come back.
But
because I can always
in this
tag it and
particular
bring it.
bit, is it
In this
coming
bit,
back?
it hasn't worked yet.
I think I definitely think you got to rethink.
I gotta
assuming
explain
they
it.
know what Dorian Gray is.
Yeah. No, I think you're right on this, because it's such a weird. It's old and it's obscure, so it's a double whammy of
Yeah.
things. But in general, and I can plug in a couple of explanations about it. And plus, there's a new HBO show that has Dorian Gray in it.
How many people get HBO?
Not me,
Exactly.
so it's
Very
fine.
few.
Very few.
Yes.
So
by the way, Insecure is really good. But
the TV
keep
show
talking,
Insecure.
and we'll go back. Just don't let me forget that.
It's it's just in general, my favorite jokes have always been the ones where I can dumb it down after. You know, if I write it the smartest
yes,
I
yes,
possibly
yeah.
can.
Yeah.
And then if they get it, then I'm not as smart as I thought I was, because then everybody gets it. But if I'm ahead of them somehow, I can slow it down, or I can pepper it with something, or I can tag it.
That's weird. I almost go opposite, where I start with a joke and I load it with some swear words, and then if it works, then I start plucking them out very gingerly to see if it still works clean.
We're different comics. It's beautiful. It's yep.
Well, so
I've written down things like Sophia Alexandra, Valerie. Wait, do we have done the comic of the week?
no. Oh. So
could do
you're
that.
just reading from our list of features.
Yeah, I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't even know what I'm.
You know what? This is a terrible night for America.
This
and
is
it's an
it's a
awful
weird
night for
night
this
Jackie and Laurie.
podcast.
I don't think we even introduced ourselves. Hey, Lori Kilmartin. I'm Jackie Cation.
Don't even rope me into this. I don't want to be named.
No, you don't want to.
So our comic of the week is my very, very dear friend.
She's out there.
Who's out there. She was on my list.
Before tonight.
Yes. Bernadette Pauly,
Bernadette Pauly, ladies and
who
gentlemen.
I've known since I moved to New York in 2000. She's originally from Boston.
Okay.
And just funny, works hard, and she's in LA now, and she's married. She has one of those rare unicorn marriages where it's to another
And it
comic
works.
and they're happy.
Is his name Al?
Al Ducharme, yeah.
Yeah, because they have a podcast called the Bernie and Al podcast.
Yeah.
And her Twitter handle is at Bernie Pauly.
Yeah.
And it's BernadettePauly.com.
Yeah.
So-
she's great. I love her.
Yeah.
She's a great heart and works hard and
Good comic of the week.
I'm going to paraphrase a joke because I don't remember it correctly, but she had this great joke a long time ago before people were talking about this, like maybe before 9/11 even.
Wow.
Where she's like, I saw a woman wearing a veil, or a
Yeah.
burqa. I don't think they called it burqa before 9/11, whatever
Okay.
they called it, but she had the right terminology
Yep.
on the train. And I got angry that she would wear that, thing of oppression. And then, then I realized, she came to she left a country where people hated her for what she wore, and she came to this country so people could hate her for what she wears. Bernadette, it's much better and
right.
less wordy, but it
But
was
it's
like, it was smart.
that's a great
and
premise,
It was a
yeah.
great joke. And
Yeah, that's really
so
good.
Anyway, she's awesome.
And she's out there.
She's out there.
We
She
got
had a
Laura
stunned
House
look
is
on
out
her
there.
face.
Mo
Yes.
Gaffney's out there. Who else is out there?
I don't know.
All right. Tess
Despair.
Rafferty, Chris McGuire, a couple of
Yeah.
comic writers. It's their house. We're sitting in their guest room. It's pretty hot in here, by the way.
How much time have we done?
I seriously, that's useless. That piece of paper.
Oh, yeah.
We have done 46 minutes.
All right.
What?
I hear no cheers. I hear no happiness.
Right.
I just hear.
People
There's
making
way more
do?
people out there than I hear. I think there's a lot of stunned silence and chatter.
Right. And just waiting.
I think I heard my kid
Oh, yeah?
gloat about winning something.
Yep. It's, let's see. So I was in Indianapolis. In Indianapolis, a guy named Brad Wilhelm opened for us.
Yeah.
And it was an old-timey theater. We had to walk up a lot of stairs.
Oh, yeah.
That was it. That was a great story. In Dallas, the hotel that they put us up at had the tiniest of all comic conventions going on. Just impromptu Comic-Con
Yeah.
one day that I went to their dealer room and I bought some coasters. Who doesn't like a comic book related coaster?
Right here.
Right here. Over here. You're
My
wearing
hand
an
just
American
went up.
flag dress. Where'd you
I
get
am.
that?
I got it on I guess
On the internet?
on the internet a couple months ago, as I thought I would be joyfully welcoming a
Right.
female president.
Right. I stopped off at Moon Zappa's tonight to
Oh, look at you, name dropper.
well, she just did the Dork Forest. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a weird week for podcasts because I'm gone. Like I didn't record a Dork Forest. Like I just recorded 20 minutes with Mo Gaffney. I may just drop that. There you go. Just a short episode of the Dork Forest. And I guess a 45-minute
Kids are opening the doors, but not
and not
closing,
closing
them.
them because they're children. That'll show them. And yesterday morning, my sister took my niece and nephew out of school to have breakfast with me in Minneapolis. She's like, I don't want them to feel like school's too important. And I was like, what? And she said, not more important than life. You're never around.
It's true.
And I was like, well, good for you for having some sense of whatever
Man, hi kids. Thank you.
for going away. And then I just yeah, I don't know. I've been working on the burden joke I mentioned last week. I've been working on the weird thing about working on any new stuff. I don't really want there to be new stuff, quite honestly, because I'm taping the album at the end of
Wait.
December.
How did your week at the Denver Comedy Works go?
Tomorrow morning, 6 a.m.
Wait, I thought it was this week. I thought it was the weekend we just finished.
No, that was Indianapolis, Dallas.
Oh,
and
yeah. Oh,
So tomorrow I fly
I'm
to-
so psyched for you.
I know it. I'm looking forward to it. And
Don't be afraid to dumb it down for those retards in Colorado.
well, there were I think 14 or 15 choices on their presidential choices. All of the choices were there. They had 14 choices to pick from president on the
did?
Colorado.
Hi, child.
Now, what are you doing in this store?
These aren't my children.
No, they
I
are
have,
not.
I have no.
It's
I have no gift with any other person's children.
right.
Yeah, lock that shit.
I have a dozen nieces and nephews. I've been locking doors against children for at least 30 years. And
Yawning, tired.
because you know what my brothers used to do? They would send like their toddlers to wake me up at like 6 a.m. because
Yeah.
they were up. Because they were parents and toddlers are up. And there's nothing more adorable than a toddler right fucking next to your face. So you can't get full of rage. You can't be mad that someone's waking you up when it's an adorable toddler.
Yes, you can.
Kids have started to run around the house.
You can't underestimate the power of a box fan. A
Oh, yeah?
box fan will drown out anything, including the cries of your child. And I
It's a good white
recommend
noise.
getting 1 or 2 box fans for a bedroom and
Yep.
just let the kid, you know what? They'll be fine.
Yep.
The odds.
What are the
Low.
odds? Let it go.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. So, what do you got this week? You got sets?
Yeah, I'm
In town?
home. It's let's see. Yeah, I've just got stuff in town. I was away from my kid for like 9 days, so I'm trying to put in some mother time.
Good.
You
How's your mom?
she's going to be awful, insufferable if
he
he
wins?
wins.
Sure.
I can kick her out, right?
Yeah,
Like
you
I've done good.
Right? Well, how long
I
have you
did a good
lasted here?
thing.
6 months?
What?
6 months? How
Yeah.
long's she been around?
Fuck, North
What's your
Carolina.
sister have to say? We're at 51. So,
Is that how many electoral votes Hillary has?
51? Yes.
Yeah. Fuck. New York Times has this thing where they predict the presidency. It's 95% certain that Trump will win.
Yeah.
How-
What does Nate Silver
Oh my
say?
God.
Does Nate Silver say that? Isn't he the guy?
He said, how did all these people get this wrong? How did they all get this wrong? How did this happen? This is
Well-
horrible. Wow.
Well,
Michigan too close to call. Oh, God.
Nate Silver's saying that he's going to win too. 71%.
Oh, my God.
Oh, wait.
How did they not get that? How did they miss this?
No,
All
I just
leading-
read it wrong.
So what? I'm still mad.
Right, you're still mad. Okay. Well, I think we should go short.
Yeah?
Yeah, just because I'm tired. And I'm tired and I don't, I just want to go to sleep. So, and wake up to whatever's going to happen, quite honestly. Because I got a 4 o'clock wake up call.
Fuck. Yeah.
Right.
Good night.
So, everybody, we've stuck it out for 53 minutes.
Yeah, that's close enough. And if Hillary had won, you guys should have
she
voted.
won?
If she'd won, we'd be doing 61 minutes.
If she was definitively landsliding this thing, we would still be talking.
Yeah.
So blame yourselves, people.
Now leaving Nerdist.com.